Okay, that was a bad idea. Hello. Today's brew is sponsored by Riverside Accountancy. That's my sister's accountancy. Good morning, everyone. If you have not already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, ring the little bell, you get notifications of my videos every Tuesday, Friday, and sometimes the odd occasion the Sunday video. It's just gone 6 o'clock in the morning. I've had my morning brew. I'm a happy man. But I wanted to show you how we do our carbs. It's a frosty morning. It's about -3 this morning. That's why you can see all the carbs have nice comfy, excuse me, gotta dress you in the morning. Comfy coats on, keeps them nice and warm. When they get to about 30 days old, they can start generating their own heat through their own bodies. We keep them on until they can't be slackened off anymore, so sometimes it gets to about 50 to 60 days, just because we've got a smaller breed. We use Ayrshire, Friesians, not a lot of Holstein. Holstein's your biggest breed. Your Anguses grow out of them quite quickly. These are the Anguses. The buckets are a little bit frozen. I've got the hot water. I'm gonna have to thaw them out. But I'll show you what we do, show you our routine. The lights are pretty good in here. Put new car lights in here. Sam from Mackin Electric did that when we did the new shed. It's so much better, we can see in the morning. What I do is I tip the water out. Take the cake out. Take the water out. Whoa. Take the water out. Take the cake out. I decided to do this on the coldest day ever. Underneath this sky, I've never been this high. And you keep smiling at me, and my heart's like, ooh, how'd you like to spin around with me? We're pretty full up in this car building. We've got one space there, we've got 2 spaces behind, and then that's it. So this is why I've got boiling hot water. What I'm gonna do, melt the ice. Once it's iced up, all in there, still, can you see that? Still full of ice. Calves need to have warm milk to keep them nice and healthy, so I don't want that ice to cool down the milk I'm about to give them. That's more thawed. So this milk that I've just warmed up, this is gonna go to the oldest calves. That's the plan. Still a bit of ice in this one, but it's warmed up milk. And the big calves, they should be okay. So these are the oldest calves now from here, so we always go from right to left. So when we refill, it gives the pen as much chance to have a rest as it can. At the moment, we haven't got the space, so pens aren't getting the rest that we'd like, but it's one of those. It's something to do in the future, but just not there yet. Each calf gets a full jug, which is 3 litres. Pretty much 3 litres. Gonna give it you. So we fed 2. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 11, 12 to feed. We feed 3 litres a calf. So quick maths for anyone out there, 36 litres. We all did so well. And I think we got 36 litres out before when we were getting it from the cows. These calves are weaned. Weaned means they get off the milk. They get off the milk anywhere between, I like to put them for about 10 weeks old, then take them off the milk. I know some people like to wean them earlier, but it kind of works. For us, we use what's called beast milk. So we use the milk from the cows straight off. What we want to see when we first do the calves, when we come in, we want to see them all like this. All up and ready to say hello. See, that's the youngest one we've got in here, then it goes oldest from there. Those 2 have been fed. So it's really good because we can see all the heads popping in because they're interested in me, because they want to be fed by me, because they know the morning routine. Get a jug, 3 litres, just off the top. Keen in 3 litres, just off the top. The important thing to make sure the milk is nice and warm, especially on a day like today, because it's so cold, the bellies get full of nice warm milk, and we want to keep them nice and happy and healthy is the plan. There we go. So that's super important. You want to make sure your smallest ones are doing, because smallest ones are normally a little bit slow or they don't know what's going on, but these firing on, well happy with them. Because I do them every day, just gotta watch them and make sure, spill the milk, don't cry over spilt milk. They're all drinking the milk now, which is great. And the reason why I take the cake buckets off, because if I put the cake bucket now, that calf with a wet nose would start eating cake and make its cake really kind of moist and wet and horrible. The big ones have got water in the water troughs and they've got cake there, so everything's got a little bit of food. And then what I do, I leave it, let them sup up the milk, make sure they're all happy and healthy, which they are. They're up, they're drinking, which is amazing. All the weaned ones are up, drinking, which is amazing. And now I'm going to feed the littlest ones. Because these are smaller, we just feed them 2 litres just to make sure they're okay, they're going. And the even small ones, we only feed 1.5 litres either side of the day. But this is a big calf I'm about to feed, so 2, we got 2. So these are the smallest calf we have on the farm, and they are very keen. What we want to do here is make sure they're all drinking individually. And what's good about these troughs is they all have sections, so you know how much each calf is drinking. So if one calf's a little bit slower, use the art of distraction and you distract the other ones and let it finish. That one's 2 and a bit. This one is 5 days old, and this one here is 2 and a bit weeks old as well. It's just we're struggling for room into the calf building at the moment, so we'll have to we have a shuffle around. See, the younger one has got a little bit of milk left in it, so we'll just have to make sure it gets all its milk, that's all. Hello. There we go. There's a little bit left, but I'm not going to cry about it. It looks happy, it's bonny. Every calf has water. These older ones have a little bit of cake. So you see that 2-week-old one, bit of cake, and you can see how keen they are. That little one's just being a bit slow, so just keep an eye on that. So that's all of our calves fed. Everything's had a bit of milk, so they've got nice warm bellies to start the day, which is bang on. And then what I do in the afternoon, I feed them milk at the end, so the split between being fed the warm milk is as long as we can. We'll do the rest when we finish the shed. Next job for me is I'm going to go scrape the shed out, bed the shed out, feed the cows, and then send the cows back. And then I'll go back to the calves when it becomes a little bit more daylight and it's easier to see. So that is scraped up, bedded up. It's freezing. I could have been on tractor, my feet have gone so cold. Fresh grub for them as well, which is good. Let the cows go. Go Gillies. That's frozen. So these are the older pens. They're on 1 bag of cake each side of the day. Water trough frozen. Yep. I put some water in here yesterday. Too bad. A bit of a shaky shake, but a bit of a drop on there. Woohoo! It's good milk. I don't know if you can just see it. 30, so that means this is cracking milk. There we go, perfect. We do this so we can monitor how much the calf drinks. If she didn't drink, we'd bag the calf with the milk. The mum's going to come back in, I just need to give her a bowl. So this is an hour, calf at about 7:30. So it's 10 to 9, so it's about an hour and 20 minutes after birth. Hopefully we'll get all this into her. Empty, she wants some more. 3 litres. Sucked in the bottle, absolutely fantastic. The thing I need to do is just spray its navel. Just dries it up so no infection gets in there. I like to do it from both sides. And then we want to get the mum back in as soon as possible. Bolus, stop her from getting milk fever, which is hypocalcemia, yeah. So we just let them through, left side, here we go. Back with car. Right, let's go finish these little ones off. Hello. Oh, my hands are freezing. You're gonna have to look very unprofessional, hope you don't care, but I'm a farmer. So, next job is every morning, doesn't matter if they've got loads of bedding, little bits of bedding in the calf field, and we always give them a little bit of bedding just so they can play with it. Take me down, down deeper. Let me call you lover when I get there. Emotion, cut my wide open. That's the water situation currently. Okay, that was a bad idea. Stupid boy. We need to make sure everybody's got a bit of cake. They just need topping up, I think. And next job, a little bit of water. Shouldn't freeze today. I think it's going to get to about 2 degrees, so it shouldn't freeze now. Probably put too much in last night, to be honest. Put a little bit less in it. Hey, straight in the cake, which is good. That's what we want to see. One last thing we do, the noisiest goats in the world. Then we make sure that everything's got a little bit of hay. Because like my dad says, if you've got a suckler cow and the calf is drinking off the cow, what's the next thing after milk does the calf eat? Grass. So hay pretty much. What we do is fill the racks. A little bit of hay like that. And hay. Perfect example on the end. Got a coat on. It's already pulled its hay out. Happy calves. One last job to do. One last job. Turn the lights off now as well. I don't think that's too bad. Out of all the water troughs we've got on the whole farm, that one there is the only one that's frozen. Whew. I've warmed up now doing the calves, but sat down in the tractors. Oh, it's cold. This is how we do it. We tip the buckets out. Normally it doesn't have ice in it. Feed the calves the milk in the morning first thing. I go do all the other jobs and then I come back to them when it's a lot more lighter, a lot more easy to see. Make sure all the calves are doing well. Make sure they're all bedded up. This is our emergency pen for calves. 2 Anguses. We just ran out of space. Got calves everywhere. We have about 19 animals to calve in the next month to month and a half. So for us, that's really busy. So we're going to have even more calves. So we're going to have to find places to put them. So yeah, this calf building was great. We didn't keep our own Anguses and we just sold them on. Obviously putting it through the farm shop, we've kind of evolved and your kind of accidental expansion has happened. Oh, we've got our beef shorthorns arisen as well. Hello. You're full of beans, which is good. A little cough there, but in the whole shed itself, not much coughing, which is good. Nice and quiet. All the calves are eating. Bit of cake, bit of hay. We like to see, make sure the calves are happy and healthy. We'll check the coats as well, make sure they're not too tight. It's funny seeing all the steam thaw the ice off as well. That's the only thing about tin roof as well, because it's got a frost on it. When the sun comes up, the frost melts and it actually goes through, condensates and goes into the bends, which is annoying. But we do the exact same at night, but I don't bed them up. But if I think, oh, that pen's a bit dirty, I'll just bed it up at night. Guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the YouTube channel. This is how we do our baby calves, and when they grow up here and they're fully weaned, they go outside to where they were and they go to the next fence, and that's how we do it. I think it works quite well. It's a little bit labour intensive, but it does all right. It probably could do being 50% bigger. By the time you made it 50% bigger, you might as well have made it twice as big, so because you'll only grow out of it again. Good problems to have. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Hope you've learned something today. If you have got any questions, put it in the comment section below. I'd love to answer them. But that is how we rear our baby calves. See you in the next one. Bye.